the current NEP guidelines, they are moving towards competency-based assessment. That is, there are learning outcomes predefined, and the teacher needs to judge the child's learning across that competency in terms of learning outcome. So, in this form of assessment, it is very important. I mean, the traditional pen and paper-based assessments are not going to suffice for this kind of a model, which we are aiming to. So over here, what we need to look into is more feedback-oriented assessment, so that the child is able to gauge himself where he or she stands against that learning outcome. That's pretty important. So, there is a lot of emphasis given on the feedback mechanism. So the feedback has to be very, very concrete in nature. So based on the learning outcomes which the teacher has devised, she can prepare certain set of questions or maybe some writing assignment. It is going to vary based on the subject area which you are going to look into. It could be a problem solving. And while she's administering those, tests, so-called tests, because we understand them, any assessment, we understand them as a test. So instead of marking them, numerically, it should be more in terms of a feedback. Like if I'm a child, I'm a student, I have written an answer. So I should be told very categorically where I am lacking from the from the teacher's expectation. So very, very, vivid feedbacks are very important in this mechanism. Then only child will be able to gauge whether he has attained that learning outcome to the mastery level or not. So that's one thing. Secondly, we can't think of, we cannot really rely too much on these summative assessments, which are term end kind of assessment. Rather, there should be, at any point of time, there should be a mechanism through which the child is able to demonstrate visually his or her learning. There could be a lot of ways for that. Let's say we are discussing French Revolution in the classroom situation. So we can ask, children to understand or read down certain paragraphs from the text, or you can offer some website for them to go through, or let them, see some video, and there could be some open-ended questions offered to them. And you can leave it to the child to choose a medium of expression. It could be audio, video, whatever they like to express to showcase their learning. And that could be collated, and teacher should be evaluated using rubrics. So that is, I think, is more, it will give way to more differentiated instructions and differentiated measuring of the learning outcome.